Hello there, it's the Crypto Lunatic, and today I bring you a very brief review of Kaito AI. And before I go any further, let's just work out how I found this and the sort of things I look at when I'm looking for stuff that could pop up. I'm going to take you through the process of how I do it. So I'm not just going to give you my opinion. I'm going to give you the tools to actually do this stuff yourself, to go and look for these new coins and to find them so that you can do videos like this and share them with me. So that is my intention for you, so that you're not just going to blindly follow anyone that tells you get into this coin because they've been shilling it or for whatever reason. This channel's for crypto newbies to show you how to do basic research, just basics. This is not a deep dive. This is just basics, the basics that you need when you're looking into crypto coins, because everybody's out there says do your own research. But how do you do that? Well, let's have a look. Follow me. Follow me, my friends. So this is Kaito. So before I even look at this chart, let's find how I found it. So I'm on this website here, dexu.ai. And what I'm looking at is the narratives. Over the last 24 hours, we see that the real narrative that is right in the middle of everybody's attention is social-fi. And you might be wondering, well, what is social-fi? And just while we're here, let's have a look. Let's look at narratives over the last 7 days. We see social-fi is top over the last 7 days, month to date, social-fi. So here we go. And here we look now that over the last 30 days, AI agents and meme coins. So the bigger play, AI agents and meme coins are getting it. But somehow SocialFi has gone from here in the last week from 30 days into front runner. So we want to look into why. Why is this happening? What is this all about? So let's go back. Let's out of interest. 90 days. And what we see is lending is the area. So if I was doing deep research and I was looking for much safer bets, this is the sort of thing I would be looking into, lending. But that can be for another video. This is just a tool. It's a tool for you to use to find out where are the narratives, what is performing well in the crypto space. So let's go back to 24 hours. Let's look at SocialFi. I looked at SocialFi and I saw this big green block for Kaito. And frankly, my friends, this was the first I'd heard of it. Never even heard of Kaito until today when I started looking into this. And this big green block made me think, okay, let's have a look. So I went here. And what we can see on Kaito, I've gone to all. And what we see is when it was launched, it was $1.38, but it very quickly went down to 92 cents. And that tells me that the early stage investors got in at well under $1. Now, I went to coin crypto rank, which some of you will know. I always check, and I went to fundraising, and they don't give the information at exactly what the VCs got in at. But what they do tell us is that there's plenty of VCs, which tells me major dumpage will happen at a certain point. And this is risky, folks. What's less risky is that we see that it started around here. They probably got in at under $1, but in the bigger picture of the evolution of this coin, it's still relatively early days. When we see $1.16, that's probably a reasonable entry point if you were to go into this narrative. So let's have a look down. We like to look at certain things. We see it's in Binance and Coinbase. Now, this is big news, folks. It's very, very big news. They're the two major exchanges, which tells you when retail comes into the market, they'll all have access to this. So that's a good thing. That is a very, very good thing. There's Kaito news here, but the last report was 2 months ago. So, oh, but hang on. 56 minutes. Actually, let's have a little look at this news. Why did Kaito tokens surge over 40% today? Let's have a little look here. So never chase, really, don't chase pumps, my friends. This is the thing. If it's gone up 40%, I would suggest you probably want to wait for a retrace. So on that basis, I would say treat with caution. So let's have a look. The trading volume has suddenly gone 340% higher in Asian time. Now, this does indicate this could be a sign of market manipulation. So I would proceed with caution, with caution. So let's have a look. However, market commentators remain optimistic. The rally could extend even further. Of course, there's loads of pumpage. So that is, for me, a cautionary sign. If it's pumped 40%, it's a cautionary sign. It's very rarely a good idea to chase a pump. But in the bigger picture of things, it's still a relatively good entry point, or apparently so. So let's look a little bit deeper into this. Now, here's what I did. I went to base scan. Now, just for the record, you can find that by going to Explorers and clicking on here. And what this does, this tells you who's holding this stuff. So I go to holders here, and this happens. Now, this to me is massive, massive caution. You can see here that there's one address sitting on 30% of the supply, just one address. And there's another one on 24% of the supply, and the third one on 11% of the supply. In fact, if we look down to here, we're dealing with most of the supply is held by 6 wallets. Now, that to me is massive, massive warning sign. Big potential for dumpage, that a very few people are sitting on most of the tokens. And this is when we talk about tokenomics and distribution. That's a big, big, big cautionary tale for me. So I went on their social media. So you go here and you click on X. Let's have a little look. Now, here we see, look, almost 300,000 followers. This is a good thing. What is Kaito AI? The distribution powerhouse of crypto for attention, data, and capital. So I went and looked on the website, and the website really doesn't tell me anything. CT leaderboards, certified yapper. Now, what I have distinguished is that this is a way of measuring the social impact of certain people on it. So all of these people are obviously tweeting crypto type things, and it's rating their influence from what I gather. But this website is anything but self-explanatory, and I'm not going to dive into it. That's not my thing. I did look at a couple of YouTube videos myself, and there's really not a whole lot out there. That was my other checking into it, and there's not a lot into it. So the bottom line is, my friends, that potentially this could be a good entry point for Kaito. Do I trust it? Absolutely not. Are there better cryptos out there? There's way better ones that I found. I won't be putting any money into it. But this is how to discover new coins, and this is how to do base level research. And that's what you need to be aware of. And for me, the token distribution of Kaito is way too heavily weighted in the top 6 wallets for me to be interested in this project. Will it go up? Probably. Is this a good entry point? Probably. Because this is a social fi, so obviously there's people that are using the platform that want to be rated, that have got tokens, and I believe that they did airdrops to community to get them interested. So this is a way of harnessing social media influence onto blockchain and AI technology, and AI is all the buzz. So it's highly likely that this token will do well, highly likely. But given the quality and the not knowing, and given that I'm not going to deeper dive into it, I won't be investing in Kaito. But I would suggest that at this point, you'll probably look back and it probably will make decent gains. So there you go, my friends. That's how to look into early stage coins. That's how to do a little bit of base level research, and also give you an idea of the sort of filters that I use. And hopefully that can help you when you're doing the research. So, my friend, if you've enjoyed this video and you want more of my little updates, then do subscribe to the channel. And if you want another one of my videos, you will find it just there.